The mistake starts the moment you wake up. You open your eyes in the dark, feel that familiar pressure, and think, my bladder is failing me again. But what if your bladder is only the last place the problem shows up? What if the real trouble started hours earlier, in your legs, your kidneys, your sleep, your blood sugar, your evening meal, or even the timing of a pill you took before bed? Stay with me for the next few minutes, because by the end, you will know exactly which one it is for you. That is why two seniors can both get up 3 times in one night and need completely different answers. One person passes a large amount every time. Another person feels desperate, but barely goes at all. A third person wakes up for some other reason, then thinks, well, I'm awake now, I might as well go. Those are not the same problem, and if you treat them like the same problem, you can spend months blaming the wrong part of your body. My name is Dr. William, and I want to walk you through this in plain English. Not with fear, not with complicated medical language. Just the way I would explain it to a senior sitting across from me, tired from broken sleep and wondering why nobody has connected the dots. Because waking up once in a while can happen. Maybe you had a late drink. Maybe dinner was salty. Maybe you took a medication later than usual. But when nighttime bathroom trips become a pattern, especially when they break your deep sleep again and again, your body is giving you information. And that information is not always saying, your bladder is weak. Sometimes it is saying, look at your kidneys. Sometimes it is saying, look at your legs. Sometimes it is saying, look at your sleep. Sometimes it is saying, look at your blood sugar, your medicine timing, your circulation, or your evening habits. So before you buy another bladder supplement, before you blame your age, and before you accept this as your new normal, I want you to learn how to read the pattern. Because the pattern tells the truth, and in a minute, I'm going to give you a way to read it in one single night. Picture your usual night. You finally fall asleep. The house is quiet. Your body gets heavy. Then suddenly, you are awake. You look at the clock. You feel the pressure. You sit up slowly, maybe waiting a moment so you do not get dizzy. Then, you make your way to the bathroom. You come back, pull the blanket up, and try to settle down again. But the sleep is different now. Lighter, more fragile. Your mind starts working. You remember a bill. You think about tomorrow. You wonder if something is wrong with you. And before your body truly rests again, the night has already been damaged. This is why the issue is not just the bathroom. It is the sleep you lose around it. It is the quiet thought many seniors never say out loud. Is this just what happens to me now? No, not always, but you do need to watch the right clues, and the very first one is hiding in a question almost nobody asks themselves. Here is the first clue most people miss. Was your bladder truly full? Or were you already awake before the urge became obvious? That question matters, because if your bladder wakes you with strong pressure and you pass a large amount, that points one direction. If you rush to the bathroom and only a little comes out, that points another direction. And if you wake from snoring, pain, a racing mind, a hot flash, a noise, or restless sleep, then go to the bathroom because you were already awake. That is another pattern entirely. Do you usually pass a large amount at night, or just a small amount? Most people only count the trips. 1 trip, 2 trips, 3 trips. But the number of trips is only half the story. The amount matters, the timing matters. What happened before bed matters. What your ankles looked like that evening matters. What medicine you took matters. How you slept matters. Your bladder is the part you notice, but it may not be the part making the decision. And once I show you who the real decision maker usually is, you will never look at a midnight bathroom trip the same way again. A simple way to picture this is a sink. The bladder is the basin. The kidneys are the faucet. If the basin keeps filling overnight, you do not only ask, what is wrong with the basin? You ask, why is the faucet running at this hour? That is the shift I want you to make. For many seniors, the nighttime problem is not only storage, it is flow. Your body is making urine at a time when it should be slowing down. There are three common patterns I want you to separate, and one of them is probably yours right now. Pattern 1 is the large volume pattern. This is when you wake up and pass a real amount of urine, not a few drops, not just a little trickle, a meaningful amount. If this happens again and again through the night, your bladder may simply be doing its job. It is filling because your kidneys are sending fluid into it. So the better question becomes, why are my kidneys working so hard overnight? Pattern 2 is the small volume urgency pattern. This is when you feel a strong need to go, but very little comes out. That can involve bladder irritation, overactive bladder, infection, prostate issues in men, pelvic floor changes, or other urinary tract problems. In plain English, the urge signal may be firing too early. That does not mean panic. It means the pattern is different. Pattern 3 is the wake first pattern. This is when sleep breaks before the bladder becomes the main issue. You wake up uncomfortable. You wake up with a dry mouth. You wake up after snoring. You wake up with your mind racing. Then you notice a little bladder pressure and decide to go. In that case, the bathroom trip may be a passenger, not the driver. Do you wake because the urge is strong, or do you wake first and then decide to go? That single difference can save you a lot of guessing, and pattern 1 is the one that trips up even people who think they already know their body. Let us start with the large volume pattern, because this is the one that surprises many people. During the day, your body is upright. You stand, you sit, you walk. Gravity pulls fluid downward. That does not mean anything dramatic has to happen. You may not see big swelling, but by evening, your shoes may feel tighter. Your lower legs may feel heavy. Your socks may leave a deeper line. Your ankles may look a little fuller than they did that morning. Have you noticed your socks leaving stronger marks by the end of the day? That is not just a clothing mark. It can be a body clue. Here's a way to picture it. Imagine your body like a house after a long rain. During the day, some water settles in the lowest part of the house. Not enough to flood the rooms, just enough to collect quietly where nobody pays attention. Then, at night, when you lie flat, that water starts moving back toward the main pipes. Your bloodstream receives more fluid. Your heart and kidneys notice the extra volume. And your kidneys do what kidneys are built to do. They filter. They release. They send urine to the bladder. So you wake up, not because your bladder created fluid out of nowhere, but because the body moved fluid from one place to another. That is why some seniors say, I stopped drinking after dinner and I still wake up. That feels confusing, but it makes sense when you understand the body. You may not be dealing only with what you drank late. You may be dealing with what your body held during the day and released at night. This is also why leg position can matter. When your legs are below your heart all day, fluid has a harder time moving back up. When you lie down, the level changes. The fluid has an easier path back into circulation. Then the kidneys get busy. This does not mean every person with nighttime urination has a circulation problem. It means circulation is one possible part of the pattern, and for seniors, it is an important clue. But there is another clue that often hides in plain sight, and most people never think to connect it to the bathroom at all. Your breathing. If you snore loudly, wake up gasping, wake with a dry mouth, or feel tired even after enough hours in bed, your sleep may be getting interrupted before your bladder ever enters the story. There is a condition called sleep apnea. That means breathing slows down or briefly pauses during sleep. When breathing is disturbed, your body can shift into stress mode. Your sleep becomes lighter. Your heart may work harder. Your brain wakes you enough to restart normal breathing. And once you are awake, the bladder suddenly feels louder. For some people, poor sleep breathing can also affect the signals that normally help the kidneys slow down at night. So the person says, "My bladder wakes me up." But sometimes the real order is, "My breathing wakes me up. Then I notice my bladder." Do you snore, wake with a dry mouth, or feel tired in the morning even after being in bed for hours? That question belongs in this conversation. Now let us talk about medication timing, because this next one quietly rewrites the whole pattern for a lot of seniors. This is a big one for older adults. Many seniors take medicines in the morning, evening, or both. Some medicines are meant to help the body remove extra fluid. People often call them water pills. The medical word is diuretic, which is something that makes you pass more water. If a water pill is taken too late, or if a medication routine changes, nighttime urination may change too. But it is not only water pills. Some blood pressure medicines, certain sleep medicines, diabetes medicines, and even the amount of water you drink with evening pills can affect the night. Listen carefully here. Do not stop, skip, or move prescription medication on your own. That can be dangerous. But do write down the timing and ask your doctor or pharmacist whether the schedule could be part of your nighttime pattern. That one conversation can be more useful than another month of guessing. Have your nighttime trips changed after starting a new medicine, changing a dose, or moving a pill to the evening? That is worth writing down. Blood sugar can also be part of the story. If blood sugar runs high, the body may try to remove extra sugar through urine. Water follows. The plain English signs are simple. You feel thirstier than usual. You urinate more often. Your mouth feels dry. You feel more tired. You notice the pattern changed suddenly. This does not mean every senior waking at night has a blood sugar problem. It means sudden or heavy nighttime urination with unusual thirst deserves attention. Kidney function matters too. Your kidneys are the filters of your body. If they are under strain or if your fluid balance is changing, nighttime patterns can shift. Again, no panic. Just do not reduce everything to, "my bladder is old." Your body has more than one system involved. Here is the simple model. Your bladder stores, your kidneys fill, your legs can hold fluid, your heart helps move it, your sleep controls how often you wake, your hormones help slow urine at night, your medicines can change timing, your food and drink can add pressure to the system. So when you wake up to pee, the bladder is only the final stop. The real story may have started hours earlier, and I want you to see exactly what that looks like in one real person, because it may be closer to your own night than you expect. Let me give you a human example. Imagine a woman named Margaret. She is in her late 60s. She is active, independent, and a little stubborn in the way strong people often are. She tells herself, "I'm fine, this is just age." But for several months, she has been waking 2 or 3 times a night. So she does what many people do. She cuts back on water after supper. Then she cuts back more. By bedtime, her mouth is dry. She keeps a glass of water beside the bed, but feels guilty drinking it. Still, she wakes. So she decides her bladder must be weak. But then she starts paying attention. On nights when dinner is salty, she wakes more. On evenings when she sits in her recliner for hours and barely moves, her ankles feel tighter. On mornings after loud snoring, she feels foggy and remembers more bathroom trips. And when she writes it down, she sees it. Her worst nights are not random. They follow clues. That is the turning point. Not because Margaret diagnosed herself or found a magic trick, because she stopped treating the bladder like the only suspect. She began reading the whole body. That is what I want for you. And here is exactly how you start tonight, in under 2 minutes. So here is a simple check you can do tonight. I call it the one-night notebook. Use paper, use your phone, use whatever is easy. Before bed, write down 5 things. What time you had your last real drink. What you ate in the evening, especially salty foods, sweets, alcohol, or caffeine. What medications you took and when. Whether your ankles or socks felt tight. And whether you had poor sleep clues like snoring, dry mouth, morning headache, or waking tired. Then during the night, keep it simple. When you go, write the time. And write one word. Small, medium, large. That is it. Small, medium, or large. You do not need to measure anything to start. You are simply looking for a pattern. If the trips are large, your kidneys may be producing more urine overnight. If the trips are small but urgent, the bladder or urinary tract may be more involved. If you wake first and only go because you are awake, sleep quality may be part of the problem. What time is your last drink before bed, and does the pattern change when that time changes? That is a real clue, and once your notebook is started, there are 3 more places on your body worth checking tonight. Now do a quick body check. Look at your lower legs in the evening. Do your socks leave marks? Do your ankles look fuller than they did in the morning? Do your shoes feel tighter? When you press gently over the lower shin or ankle area, does the skin stay dented for a moment? If yes, that can suggest fluid is hanging around in the lower legs. It is not a diagnosis. It is a clue to discuss, especially if it is new, worsening, or paired with shortness of breath. Now check your sleep clues. Do you wake with a dry mouth? Has anyone told you that you snore loudly? Do you ever wake with a choking or gasping feeling? Do you feel tired in the morning, even after enough hours in bed? Those clues matter. Now check the urinary clues. Do you feel burning? Do you see blood? Do you have fever, back pain, or sudden urgency that feels very different from your usual pattern? That points more toward a medical issue that should not wait. For men, if the urine stream is weak, starts and stops, or you feel you cannot empty fully, prostate and bladder outlet issues may need evaluation. For women, if there is pelvic pressure, leakage, irritation, or urgency after menopause, the bladder and pelvic tissues may need attention too. So no, this is not about pretending the bladder never matters. It does, but the title promise is still true in a deeper way. It is not always your bladder. And even when the bladder is involved, it may not be working alone. Now let us turn this into a simple plan. Not a long list you forget by tomorrow. 3 buckets. Tonight, this week. Your doctor conversation. Tonight, start with observation. Do not try to fix 10 things at once. Track the pattern. Write small, medium, or large. Notice whether you woke from the bladder or woke first. Keep the path to the bathroom safe. A small nightlight, clear floor, steady slippers. For seniors, preventing a fall matters just as much as reducing the trip. Then look at your evening triggers. Late alcohol can disturb sleep and increase urine. Caffeine can stay active longer than people realize, even if you drank it in the afternoon. A very salty dinner can make the body hold and later release more fluid. A large bowl of soup or several cups of tea late in the evening can add volume. This does not mean you must become afraid of food. It means the evening meal has a nighttime echo. Tonight, try moving more of your fluids earlier in the day instead of cutting water harshly at night. Extreme water restriction can leave you dry, dizzy, constipated, and miserable. For many seniors, the goal is not drink nothing. It is better timing. If your legs tend to feel heavy in the evening, try resting with your legs raised earlier, before bed, not after the first bathroom trip. Keep it comfortable. Keep it safe. Do not strain. You are simply giving the body a chance to move some fluid before you fall asleep. This week, look for repeat patterns. One night can be misleading. A few nights can teach you something. Maybe salty dinners are your trigger. Maybe the worst nights follow long sitting. Maybe the bathroom trips are worse when you snore more. Maybe they changed after a new medication. Maybe large amounts point away from a simple weak bladder explanation. Maybe small, urgent trips point back toward bladder irritation, prostate issues, or pelvic floor changes. Do you notice worse nights after sitting for hours without much movement? That is useful information. Gentle movement can help some people. A short walk earlier in the day. Ankle circles while sitting. Slow heel raises while holding a counter. Nothing dramatic. Nothing unsafe. The calf muscles help move blood and fluid upward. When those muscles stay quiet for too long, the lower legs can become a storage area. If movement is safe for you, use it. If you have balance problems, pain, heart symptoms, or have been told to limit activity, ask your clinician first. Also look at constipation. This is not glamorous, but it matters. A full bowel can press near the bladder and make urgency worse. Many seniors ignore this connection. If you are bloated, straining, or not going regularly, your bladder may feel crowded. Fiber, movement, and enough daytime fluid can help many people, but match it to your medical situation. Now the third bucket, and this is the one that turns everything you just tracked into real answers. Your doctor conversation. This is where you become a better reporter of your own body. Instead of only saying, "I pee all night," you can say, "I wake at these times. The amount is usually large," or "The amount is small. My ankles are tighter by evening. I snore and wake with a dry mouth. This began after a medication change. I feel unusually thirsty. I have burning," or "I do not have burning." That is powerful. It gives your doctor a map. Ask about the main categories. Could this be related to urine volume at night? Could medication timing be involved? Should blood sugar or kidney function be checked? Could sleep apnea be part of it? Do my heart or circulation signs matter? For men, could prostate enlargement be affecting emptying? For women, could pelvic floor or postmenopause tissue changes be causing urgency? This is not you trying to be your own doctor. This is you walking in with better clues. Better clues lead to better care. Here is the one caution I want you to remember. If nighttime urination is sudden, severe, or comes with blood in the urine, fever, burning, chest discomfort, new shortness of breath, fainting, confusion, major swelling, or extreme thirst, do not treat it as a home routine problem. Get medical help. That is the safety line. Most of this conversation is about patterns, but some symptoms need prompt care. So let us close the loop. You came here to learn why you keep waking up to pee, and why it may not be your bladder. Here is the answer in its most useful form. Your bladder may be innocent, or it may be only partly involved, but it is rarely wise to judge the whole problem by the one organ that makes the most noise. A bathroom trip at night is a message. The message may be about fluid shifting from your legs. It may be about kidneys working too much overnight. It may be about breathing that breaks your sleep. It may be about medication timing. It may be about blood sugar. It may be about bladder urgency, prostate changes, infection, constipation, or pelvic floor support. The pattern tells you where to look. Large amount, small amount. Wake first, urgency first. Swollen legs, dry mouth, snoring. New medicine, sudden thirst, burning, blood. These are not random details. They are the body's handwriting. And once you learn to read that handwriting, you stop feeling helpless. You stop saying, "I'm just old." You stop punishing yourself by drinking almost nothing. You stop buying every bottle that promises a stronger bladder, and you start asking better questions. That is how seniors protect their sleep. Not by ignoring symptoms, not by panicking over them, by noticing the pattern early and acting wisely. So tonight, do one simple thing. Do not guess. Track. Small, medium, or large. Bladder first or wake first. Leg swelling or no swelling. Snoring clues or no snoring clues. Medication change or no change. Bring that pattern into the light, because your body has been speaking to you at night, and now you know how to listen. If this helped you understand your own nighttime bathroom trips, leave a comment right now with your pattern. Large amount, small amount, or waking first. That alone can help many people realize they are not the only one dealing with this. And if someone you love keeps blaming age or a weak bladder, send them this video tonight, before another night gets lost to guessing. For more calm, practical senior health explanations, subscribe to Senior Health Sessions. Take care of your sleep, take care of your body, and remember, the goal is not to fear the night. The goal is to understand what your body is trying to tell you.